What? What? Hey, I've got echo. Hang on. I can't be doing with this echo. Let me sort this out. Oh no, I know exactly what it is. And it's not your fault, but it's driving me insane. Right, there it goes. That's better. Hello, welcome to Thursday. Wow, what a day. Actually, it's an amazing day. If yesterday, hello Michael, hello Sam, look at all lovely. If yesterday was Good News Wednesday, then today is like WTF Thursday. I've got so much stuff. I mean, you know, you go for weeks and there's no gaming news and it's like, oh, no, not today. I've been like this all day. I can't wait for this show. I've got so much stuff. If I go a bit blurry and then come back in, I'm just testing a new lens. So I should. It's actually a 4K lens, but I'm still streaming at 1440. I attempted to stream at 4K. I tested it last night. Look, there I go. Look, watch this. Stop it. It's because it's using my eyes when I look away. Anyway, I'm here, look. And it worked. I might do it one day. But anyway, I just couldn't be bothered. How are you? I tell you what, we're going to start... we're going to start with gaming news, but it's for me because I received a box today, right? As you can see, from my good friends at Outright Games. Now, I'm not the only one. And you may have seen other folk already open their boxes, but I left mine. I wanted to do it live on air. I haven't had a peep. I don't know what's in the box. I have a feeling it's probably going to be a lovely little care package like what Stadia sent me a long time ago. Bless them. I've seen this, says Sam. Trust you lot to already be ahead of me. But it's all right. It's all right. I just pop a little thing down there, make you guys a little bit bigger. There we go. So, there's a rattle. Let's have a look, shall we? I don't know that I've ever done a live boxing on this show. I think I may have done at some point. But I think at that time I knew what it was. In this case, I genuinely don't know. I have slit the tape. Hello everybody, look, Unitrix, Rockmirth, great to see you guys. Raymond, my good friend Ray, and a massive shout out as well to SPG, Simply Paul, William, who's going in, he's bless him, he's clearly worried, he's going in for his op in a couple of days' time, and he's been saying goodbye to people, but it's just short term. We'll be seeing him very, very soon. We love him huge amounts. He's very close to all of our hearts. And I know when I don't say that flippantly, I certainly mean it. I know Ray thinks it. I'm sure all of you guys do. So if you do happen to see him, if you see him in Twitter or just online or anything, send him love. And we'll be thinking of him genuinely over the next few days. I bet he'd know how to open a box that's already been opened. Wow. Oh, here we go. Oh, look. Oh, I love that colour, though. Seriously, look at this. I love it. It's a hoodie. Only the cool kids get hoodies, you know. Look at that. And it's actually a lovely ironed on OG Outright Games logo. Oh, it smells all new. You know, you get that lovely new smell. Look at that OG, right? And it's a great grape purple colour. I'm actually going to really enjoy wearing this in the winter. I think this is exclusive, so that's really neat. But look, there's more. Wait, there's more. Look at this. Oh yeah. It's an OG BG, or BC, I guess. That's a lovely kind of grey, I guess, a beige, which probably does go really nicely with purple. There you go. I'll let you see. I can zoom in. Look at that. Sharp as nails. Yes. It's actually the original lens for the camera, and I've been using a fixed one, which gives me a gorgeous depth of field. But I wanted, that one only does 1080p, and I wanted to, because we go out at 1440, I wanted to increase the camera resolution to justify it. And we can go out at 4K, but you don't see a lot. Oh, hang on, but wait, there's still more. Look at this. What do you call these things? Lanyard? Is it when you kind of wear it around your neck? I never really know. I suppose if I went to an Outright Games event, I could knock up a pretend Outright Games employee badge, couldn't I? And hang it from this in my little plastic thing, and just with utter confidence walk into the hall and partake of all the VIP stuff. But wait! Oh yeah, look, I love this. This is going to get used straight away. Welcome to play. And it's actually a mouse mat. Now I say I'm going to use it straight away. It will fit. I've had to I had to lose my mouse mat because I won't go into it. Suffice it to say, the mouse was not, he's getting grumpy and he was biting and chewing the mat, so I got rid of it. But this one I think he'll love because it's a beautiful thing. And there's more. There's one more thing. Here we go. This is what was rattling. Whoops. It's a little OG drinks thing. Look. Isn't that? That's excellent. Look at that. I'm gonna. It's like. Do you know what? It reminds me of one of the old school milk bottles from when I was a child in 1812. I'm gonna use that one. I am. I'm gonna pop that there, and I'm gonna be playing with that. Right. Let me put all my lovely loot back in the box. Not the mouse mat though. There we go. Hello, Ant. Cowboy, king of entertainment. There it goes, back in the box. Beautiful thing. Thank you so much, OG. I'll be clipping that and popping it up. I'm just going to put my mouse mat down. And actually, I'm genuinely happy about that. It fits perfectly. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll do like a 3D reenactment of the mouse on the mouse mat. There, look, you see that? A 3D reenactment, as if you had your VR glasses on. Oh, yes. Wowzer. Thank you, OG, you lovely people. I've actually got another thing from OG that I need to unlock. It's a Steam code for Baby Shark, the game. Yes. And I've checked with them and they said, no, you won't get any copyright strikes if you with the music. Because you know Baby Shark, it was a song and then it was a cartoon and what have you. So, damn looking young Rokk for that birth year. I know, 1812. It's a good year for overtures as well. Great stuff. Great Scott. Let's quickly... Oh, hang on. Let's pull this mouse mat back a little bit. I like to rest... Do you like to rest that bit of your wrist on the mat? I do. I don't like to have it kind of banging up against the thing. There we go. That's better. I'm out of focus. And now I'm back again. And now I'm out. I'm back. I'm out. Come on, camera, keep up. Oh, at this rate, I'm going to have to make it all Baby Shark. Do. There you go. Ryan's got it. Ryan, we're going to do that. I'm going to do it over the weekend, mate. I'm going to be getting that old Baby Shark installed and doing a bit of that. So much news today. Now, of course, Bjorn and Co will be on in 5, 6, 7, 3 hours-ish. So they'll be covering things that we'll be covering at pace, at more sort of detail and taking it nice and gentle. But we're not going to be doing that. Oh, no. We've got so much to cover. We've already done an unboxing. There's so much to cover. We're going to start, I'm going to take us over there now, slightly different. I've given the place a bit of a spring clean, so Larry has a slightly different look as well. Let's take ourselves over to Larry. I know, I'm sorry, Crystal. That wasn't me. Blame Ryan. All right, blame hubby for that one. I wasn't going to take you down that theme tune. I'm quickly going to say hello to all you lovely, fantastic people before we get over to Larry. Because honestly, I can't contain myself with so much news. Rouster is in the houster. My head's already spinning from being back to work. Oh yeah, he's been off for a couple of days. I'd prefer to just tap it. What, your head? Good evening, everyone, or hood evening, as Phipps says. Phipps, guten Abend, mein Freund. Great to see you, dude. Sam is here. Sam, how do you say it in Wales? Buggy dar. Buggy. I always get it wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say. Buggy dar. Isn't that like happy morning or happy days or something? Sam is lovely. Sam, did you know that Ren was Welsh from Bangor? North Wales, isn't it? Bangor? Or Bangor? Oh, look at this. She has next week off. Oh, yes. I think you're off down to Cornwall, aren't you, Sam? The gorgeous county of Cornwall. A very beautiful place. A very beautiful place. We got Ryan in. Ryan from the hailing from the Kingdom of Beavers. Yes, that's where he lives. We've got our newest member, Michael. Michael's in the house joining us. Thank you, my friend. Great to see you. Unitrix has cycled in on his unicycle. Yes, how are you, brother? Of course, the very beautiful Crystal. Hello, Mr. Reaver, my lovely and gorgeous husband. Oh, I used to get that 30-odd years ago. I don't anymore. What do? You know, it's age, isn't it? When you were born in 1812. Oh, quickly. I'm Raymond as well. Raymond, the gaming cyborg, a living legend, if ever there was one. I did see, we're going to get to him in a second, I did see Dorrigan as well popping in. Rockmuth is here from Canada-Cestershire. Great to see you. The Nerd Pod. Oh, what a fantastic name that is. The Nerd Pod. Yo, great to see you. Thank you so much. It's got a little Linux penguin, and that makes you a real nerd if you're into Linux, you know. Yes, it genuinely does. If you're like me, if you're a sheeple, you got Windows and you got iOS and Apple OS and all that. But if you've got Linux, that's the bit. That's what separates the true nerds from the everyday interested in tech and gaming. It's true. I've got to think about this blurry bit. I might be able to... Stop it, camera. Oh, I could just fix it. We'll see. Let me know what you think, guys. Who else? Very finally. Oh, Cozy Mountain Gaming. He's come down from the hills, tending his goats. Do you remember Peter? Peter and Heidi? Peter the goat herd? That was Cozy Mountain Gaming's great uncle, Peter. Yeah, it's true. Great to see you, dude. Oh, and my wonderful friend William is here as well. Sorry. See, this is why I like to go back over the chat, because I'm yibbering and a yabbering, and I miss you fantastic folk. Mate, you heard what I said. I know you did, and you know I mean it. We all love you, dude, and we know you're going to be back in our hearts and in our ears very soon. Love you, brother. Sam, of course. McNugget. Is that what he's calling himself these days? McNugget. It's a great name, McNugget. That's a great name for a dog, isn't it? McNugget. Have you ever seen that video? I keep forgetting what it's called. The chap whose dog's running after the deer. I think it's in Hyde Park in London. Benton! Is it Benton? Benton! Oh my God! Oh, it's just funny. I watched it again the other day and I was in tears. Even now, years later, it's just hilarious. Benton. And there's young Ant, Rokk Show. My guy. I'm Ant's guy. How are you doing today? What's your plans for the weekend? Oh, I don't know, mate. Well, I've got to stream Baby Shark, so that's going to be a definite plan. Other than that, I don't know. I've not been playing as much Baldur's Gate the last couple of days as I should be. By the way, all my friends from the north, particularly if you're from Yorkshire, I've got a fantastic idea for a spoof video, right? So this is it. I'm going to pitch it, but I'm not going to do it. But if you do it, I want you to credit me, all right? So here's the concept. You take, I don't know if you've ever seen GTA Cornwall. Sam, have you ever seen GTA Cornwall? One of the funniest videos ever. The guy literally just filmed, took scenes from GTA, and then he put his Cornish, kind of very rural voice over the top. "You're right, bird? You'd like to buy a pasty?" It's like that. Really funny. Right. So I had this idea of doing the same thing, but with scenes from Baldur's Gate. But using, oh, Michael, thank you, my friend. Michael has gone and gifted a Rokk Show membership. Wow, thank you so much. I wonder who's going to be the lucky recipient. Let me just tell you the pitch, because you're going to love this. But scenes from Baldur's Gate, but all of the characters have got Yorkshire accents, right? Hey up. And the funny, John Burford joined Team Rokk thanks to Michael. Woohoo! So why is that funny? Well, it's funny because it would be funny. But here's the kicker. Here's the bit that makes it really funny. And if you're from the north, you know what I mean. Instead of Baldur's Gate, it's been renamed Baldur's Brass. Baldur's Brass. Come on, guys. Come on. Someone's got to do it. Baldur's Brass. Hey up. Upset me dragon today. Someone's got to do that. Somebody has to do it. That is going to be hilarious. So anyway, I'm not doing it because I can't do the accent. It needs somebody who's got the Yorkshire accent or friends with it or does a really good Yorkshire accent. Guys, I know most of you are from the States and I know you're going, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue what Rokk is talking about. I'm sorry. So your homework tonight is to Google Yorkshire, Yorkshire, Yorkshire accents, right? UK. The second thing to Google your homework is Baldur's Brass. Honestly, you'll get it. You'll get it. You'll find it funny. Sam gets it. Well done, Sam. Right, Phipps, we've done. William, we've done. Crystal, we've done. I'm going to get right to it. I've got so much gaming to go through, guys. Honestly, ridiculous amount of stuff. That's it. Brilliant. I've got to the end. Right. Oh, no, look at me. I'm a huge rock. Flipping heck, Tucker. Hang on. Let me just shrink myself down. Shrink yourself down there, Rokk. That'll do. Oh, I don't even have the screen set up. What a numpty. Wow. Rockmouth says, is Yorkshire close to the Shire? Well, every county, pretty much every county in England is known as something shire. We pronounce it shire. Devonshire is where I live. I mean, some people don't. Some people say shire. They never say shire, though. Funny enough, we do say the shires when we're talking about the counties. But so if you're talking about me, where I live, it's Devonshire, Dorsetshire, I think. Is that Dorsetshire? Cornwallshire? Not all of them are shire. But anyway, I just realised my little chat messages and boxes and things is hidden away. So let me just take it to the top. Take it to the top. Bring it to the centre. Yeah, centre to the screen. That's the one. Right, let me click and make sure that it's not too big. If they've played Diablo, they'll know Mr. Ruff. Yeah, he's definitely a Yorkshire. Right, lad, get outside, men to fence, sheep are getting out. Something like that. So yeah, Yorkshire, Devonshire, Lancashire. The counties are just like of a shire at the end. I guess it's Old English or something, meaning the borders or the boundaries of an area. Like I am assuming. I know you do have counties in America, but they're like Coffee County. You don't tend to have anything other than the word county at the end, do you? Right, enough of because I am upsetting my northern friends right now, and I have quite a few. Don't have many friends as it is. Let's get this thing running properly. News page. Is that the one I want? Are you the one that I want? Ooh, ooh, ooh. News. There it is. We're going to start, as we often do, with GFN. There it is. Look at that. Because they had a bumper month. Or bumper week, I should say. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. I have every right to upset them. Don't forget, guys, ! Win. We're running a competition. And anybody who is able to type into the chat window, which is essentially anybody who is a subscriber, you can enter the competition. Do so, and at some point in this bumper busy show that we have going on, I promise you somebody will win a game. Right, starting then with GeForce Now. I don't know where to start. There's so much stuff to mention. First and foremost, I suppose in a way we need to backtrack a bit, don't we? As you can see on the screen, Xbox PC Game Pass comes to GeForce Now. But we need to do a little bit of a back step, because earlier in the week it was just a big announcement. Wow. Microsoft, in order to try and get their Activision deal over the line with the CMA, and I guess the thinking goes, well, if the CMA ratify it, then the FTC and the other guys, they'll all sort it out. I'm guessing that's what the thinking was, right? So essentially, they offered up a deal wherein they would sell, for a fee, the rights to Ubisoft to manage and maintain the Xbox portfolio of games to cloud. In other words, at the moment, as we know, and according to this, they'd already agreed a deal to allow GeForce Now and Boosteroid, I think Utomic had sneaked in there as well, plus Nintendo via a third party who does their cloud stuff. They had agreed already that they could have 10, 15 years worth of their stuff. But they've literally handed off the entire management of that to Ubisoft. There's a couple of interesting things in this. One is, and the more I read, the more convinced I am that something is going to happen here. One of the things that Ubisoft have said in their official press releases is, yeah, we're going to work, we're going to work with GeForce Now, and basically they're going to work through us, and we're going to provide this, and there's going to be some kind of a, working around different business models. But they also say, as well as themselves, they say, we are going to be offering Activision games with Ubisoft Plus. Now, bear this in mind, because Ubisoft don't currently stream anything. I mean, they use third parties. They use GeForce Now. They use Amazon Luna. That was another one. And Xbox and PlayStation, kind of, for their Ubisoft Plus. So I mean, I don't know. I'm only putting this out there. I did actually do a lot of thinking about this. I'm trying to race through everything today. It almost demands its own show, and I'm fairly sure that Bjorn and the boys and girls will cover it later. But I am starting to think, and I actually said this back when Stadia closed down. There was talk at that point from Stadia that they were talking with potential partners to offload the technology, the Stadia technology, or at least as a potential service to sell out. And at that time, I actually suggested that Ubisoft could well be a recipient, working with them on it. Nothing more has been said. We've seen nothing, but this is another instance of where the little spidey sense has just kind of been tingling. I kind of feel like we may be seeing something from them. So in other words, they would offer Ubisoft Plus and Activision games I don't know about Game Pass games. They don't sort of imply that. They sort of imply that they will be the gatekeeper for them. But they don't imply... Oh, thank you, Adam. You take care, my friend. They don't imply that they'll be getting the Xbox games. Anyway, look, I tell you what, I could shortcut all of this old bilge because I put this handy cut out and keep guide up on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, which is basically, I was thinking to myself, okay, so thinking about the various moving bits, who's going to be offering what and how and everything else? So this is what I think. So firstly, if you sub to Ubisoft Plus, then you will get Ubisoft Plus games and Activision games, Activision Blizzard games, in truth. If you sub to GeForce Now, then via the agreement with Microsoft already in place and the gatekeeping option with Ubisoft, then you will get some Game Pass games. I doubt you will ever get all of them, by the way. I mean, it may be over time, but it's you've only got to look at the output and how many games are on Game Pass and how many they add, and then bear in mind that GeForce Now have to onboard a load of other games as well. It's not just the Game Pass catalogue. So I don't know that we'll ever have all of them, but a substantial amount. We'll come on to that in a second when we look at the old GFN news in a bit more detail. So you're going to get some Game Pass, you're going to get Ubisoft Plus, and via Ubisoft Plus, you're going to get Activision Blizzard. Because, as it says in number 1, Ubisoft Plus is going to include Activision Blizzard games. Right. So on your GFN, you're going to get Game Pass, Ubisoft catalogue, and Activision. From other than Microsoft itself, for my money, that seems like they've got it all going down on GeForce Now versus the others. Unless at some point somebody else offers Ubisoft as well. But at this moment in time, I'm not seeing that. So, number 3, if you were to sub Game Pass Ultimate, you obviously get Xbox games. You obviously get Activision Blizzard games, plus you get xCloud, and you get some Ubisoft Plus games. I can't remember if they're already doing this. I know they definitely announced that Ubisoft was coming as part of the Game Pass subscription, as it is on PlayStation, but I'm not sure if it's rolled out yet. So you kind of have the two variants. But bear in mind, playing those games on GeForce Now, you're getting it on a 4080, which is superior to console GPUs. It is. I mean, what can I say? With the whole DLSS thing going down, and that's been uprated as well. It's complicated. That's why I had to do this. I wanted to put a chart together. What does it mean? Number 4, if you sub to Amazon Luna, you get some Game Pass games, because that was always an agreement with Microsoft. Plus, you get some Ubisoft Plus games, because that's already a channel. And again, you're not getting all of them, you're getting a hand-picked amount, 15 or something like that. Plus, one assumes, some Activision Blizzard games as well. So this one's kind of like the GeForce Now deal. But don't forget, Luna, for all of its loveliness, is fixed at 1080, which is the same as GeForce Now Priority. Whereas if you're paying for Ultimate, you get the full 4K. And similarly, at the moment with xCloud, you're only getting it at 1080. So still, for my money right now, in this scenario, GeForce Now are the winners, right? Number 5, not many left. If you were to sub to Boosteroid, you get some Game Pass and some Activision Blizzard games. I assume that that's the case, by the way. At this moment in time, there are no there's no deal with Ubisoft as there is with GeForce Now, and the Boosteroid agreement was purely Game Pass. At the time that all those weeks ago that they mentioned that Boosteroid was going to get a chunk of games, they don't mention Activision Blizzard from memory. Yo, Nerds World! Another one of my nerdy friends. How are you, my good friend? So I'm not so sure about number 5. It may or may not include Activision Blizzard games as part of the deal. Windstar, hello, dude. Oh, wow. What a fantastic turnout in the chat. Look at me, I'm going in and out, and I'm coming back, and then I'm out of focus. I'm going to have to work on this. Two final ones, PlayStation Plus. So PlayStation Plus have been offering some Ubisoft games under the Ubisoft Classics brand on PlayStation Plus at no additional cost. But not, hasten to add, not in the cloud. Okay, so with PlayStation Plus, you can access those Ubisoft Plus games, and one assumes Activision Blizzard, because again, if AB games become part of the Ubisoft Plus collection, then it's possible that they will, but not guaranteed in the same way that it isn't with Boosteroid. But this deal with PlayStation does not include cloud. It may do, but PlayStation themselves have chosen not to make these cloud playable. So you can access a whole ton of old school, I say old school, I can't remember if Valhalla's in there, but it's, up certainly a load of Far Cries and a load of Assassin's Creeds and that kind of stuff. But you've got to download them to play them. You can't cloud them. And then finally, Nintendo. We don't really know a lot about Nintendo. They're using a third party, I forgot the name of them now, who are their partner for repurposing content for cloud, and it then comes in under the Nintendo shop, store and service. As far as we know so far, it's Game Pass. They've not mentioned anything else. We don't know if it's going to have any kind of Ubisoft thing going on in there. And more to the point, it's probably going to have the lowest amount of games, because they're only going to purpose games that I think they're going to feel are right for the Switch and Son of Switch audience. That's not going to be everything. So anyway, I put this together the other day. It's a little bit complicated. Subject to change because we can only work on the information that we've got, right? But I would say, first and foremost, if you've got GeForce Now, then look, as of today, you've got access to some Game Pass games, and we're going to have a look at that in a second. If you've got Ubisoft Plus, or even if you've bought Ubisoft games, by the way, here's a thing to bear in mind, and people don't realise this. If you've purchased Ubisoft games from Ubisoft, some of them aren't on Steam, then you can play them. You just have to connect your Ubisoft account, your Ubisoft Connect account to GeForce Now, and you can play those games. I was amazed, because I haven't paid my Ubisoft Plus subs for a while, because they stopped putting any decent games out. There was a bit of a hiatus. I'm going to be doing it again soon, because there's some great stuff to come. Hang on a second, guys. Let me just try something here. Am I coming back into view? Yes, I am. There we are. That's better. Yep, good. There's still a little bit of a delay from what I'm seeing, but it's better than it was. I was seeing a big delay on my voice, which is probably the whole video now. Ruined my clips. Still a little bit of a one there. It's because I had a filter on the mic at the beginning, and because I turned the filter off, it's kind of blown the whole thing out. But it's all good. So Reva has PlayStation Plus Essentials and Xbox Game Pass. I mean, I don't think you're going to get any joy out of PlayStation, quite honestly. But don't forget, with GeForce Now, you can play Game Pass without paying for GeForce Now, if that makes sense. So if you've got a free GeForce Now account, I assume if you connect your Game Pass account, you'll be able to play your Game Pass games as the PC versions. Now, look, it's still going to be 1080 because that's all the free account is. And I've never done a comparison of the free GeForce Now account versus xCloud. I actually get on okay with xCloud, but a lot of people don't. So, no, it's worth a try. If you've got Game Pass Priority, GFN Priority or GFN Ultimate, yeah, you're in for a treat. There's no question. Right, let's get back to GeForce Now. I'm all over the place, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so excited today. So here's the great news then. So as part of NVIDIA and Microsoft's collaboration to bring more choice to gamers, new Microsoft Store integration. Microsoft Store integration has been added to GeForce Now. You'll be able to buy games that lets gamers stream select titles from the Xbox PC Game Pass catalogue on GeForce Now starting today. Now, I actually have been looking at my old GFN account all day long, and it hasn't made its way to me yet. But like all these things, they're rolling it out. It has gone out into the wild. And gradually they'll be releasing the updated app. And I'm guessing the way it's going to work is that you will go into your settings, as one does now, to connect with Steam or to connect with Ubisoft or Epic. And there'll be a new Microsoft, and you just connect, put in your Microsoft details, and then there'll be a whole row on your main page that will fill up with games from the catalogue that you are entitled to play. And bear in mind, this is the bit that excites me the most. These are the PC versions with a 4080 card. It's not... Hello, Christian, how are you? Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in. Provided they are either purchased, the standalone games, what I was saying earlier, through the Microsoft Store, or you have an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass subscription. They've been mucking about with the whole Game Pass subscription prices recently, so you want to just check and see which one works best for you. I think Ultimate's pretty good value, in fairness, when you see what you get per month, and that's what I prepaid mine. I think I've got mine for another 18 months or something. Now, there was, of course, Gamescom this week as well, which is mentioned here. Now, I'm not going to go into Gamescom. Too much stuff. They're going to cover it in detail later on Rokk Players. You don't need me to do all that. And the other reason is I haven't seen any of it yet. When they were streaming the other day, I can't think what was on now. I know that Bungie did the big reveal of more information about the final chapter, the thingy shape. So I watched that, actually, and it did encourage me to fire up Destiny, and didn't realise that there was a whole bunch of stuff that I hadn't played. It all popped up with anyway, I digress. Hot off our recent Gamescom announcements, says GeForce, 4 blockbuster titles coming to GeForce Now this fall. So by fall, I guess they mean September to November, pardon me. Alan Wake 2, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, that looks amazing. Party Animals and Payday 3, plus head to the cloud and stream the 25 new titles joining the cloud this week, including Doom 2016. Members have also been playing... Yeah, we're going to skip the Kovac thing because I don't understand it. And, right, here we go. Select PC Game Pass titles now available. Give a warm welcome to the Microsoft Store on GeForce Now. It joins digital platforms Steam, Epic Games, Ubisoft, Connect, and others. Because you've also got GOG, there's a few others on there as well. But those are the three that you can connect via settings and have it automatically update if you buy something. Let me just go to, look at that lovely little turtle. Look at, he's a thing of beauty. GeForce. There it is. Oh, gone past it. Play GeForce Now. We'll have a quick look. This is the web browser version, which is my old account. So it may not have updated yet. No. So that section over there will be where it shows up at some point. But this is the web, this is the browser. So if it's not in the browser, it hasn't launched in my neck of the woods just yet, I guess. We'll close that down and go back to get there in a second as well. So anyway, warm welcome to the MS GeForce Now. It joins digital platforms, blah, blah, blah. With hit Xbox PC. Don't worry, I'm not part of the baloney Sony phony pony express. I'm starting to lean more. I'm in a fortunate position. I've kind of got everything because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out very often at all. I don't often go to the cinema. I rarely go out for dinners. I don't go to sports. All my money, all my pocket money that I get for my delivering newspapers goes into this. So, I have all of these. I have all of them, all the things. With a GeForce Now Ultimate Membership, stream popular shooters, Gears 5 and Gears 5 on. Oh, I forgot. Yes, I wonder if it carries your saves over, guys. Because I got so far with Gears 5 on Xbox, but it'll be amazing on the 4 Series card. Embark on a mini adventure on Grounded. I've been playing Grounded on PC, actually, because I've been me mods. Getting through it with me mods. Or enjoy the historical narrative Pentiment while on the go with a mobile device. Take a deep dive into history with titles from the Age of Empires series and so on and so forth. No Man's Sky, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, Mountain Blade 2. So many great games. Keep an eye out for more games from Xbox's PC Game Pass library to be added to GeForce Now soon. Check out this article for more details on how Xbox PC Games Pass works with GeForce Now. And this week only... look at this. For this week only, on top of being able to win a 6-month Ultimate membership and a $100 Steam gift card for making it into the top 3 on the weekly leaderboard of the Ultimate Kovacs Challenge, those who make it into the top 10 will get a 6-month Xbox PC Game Pass. Keep an eye out on GeForce Now's Twitter and Facebook accounts. You've got to be a bit of a shooter for that to work, to be fair. So then we've got the Gamescom stuff. I'm going to skip all this because there's a load of news still to come. And then we've got a bunch of Bethesda games all coming out over the WrestleQuest that came out a couple of days ago, Jump Light Odyssey, Blasphemous 2, Ride 5, Age of Empires Definitive Edition, Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition, Crusader Kings 3, Dead Cells, Deathloop, Doom 2016, Gears 5, Grounded, Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, No Man's Sky. Is that Bethesda? That's some Hello Games, isn't it? Pentiment, Quake, Shadowrun, Dragonfall, Stellaris, the Texas Chain... Oh, this is just the games coming out. This is all coming out this week and stuff. It's unbelievable. Trackmania, Valheim, Warhammer 40k, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. This week's Game On giveaway with SteelSeries includes Destiny 2 and 3-day priority membership codes. So many things going on. So look at that. That's all the games. I think there are 19 Game Pass games making their way to GeForce Now. And I'm not going to guarantee that's the case, but I think that is the case. So super excited This is great. We're getting to that point now, guys. I suppose this is worth just to take a breather. This channel, as you know, has always championed cloud gaming. Now, in recent months, I've expanded out to cover other things, Windows gaming, PC gaming, ROG, Ally, and lots of stuff. But it's been championing cloud gaming, and it's been a bit of an uphill struggle. Al, great to see you, my friend. Bless you, dude. I hope you're well. Because, a lot of people have tried the rubbishy services and gone, well, don't work, do it. Or they don't have the setup. Wi-Fi's a bit rubbish or whatever. And then they've just discounted it. And we know, me band of blurred, look, you could have my hand in full sharp. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Hang on, if I just come right in. That works. There we go, right? Guys, let me be sincere. Look, we know it's the future, right? They know it's the future. The CMA knows it's the future. There's a reason why all this is happening around cloud. You imagine how many people are going to go, what? Game Pass games, PC Game Pass games. I could play them on my Logitech G Cloud or my ROG Ally or my phone in perfect condition. Wow, the market's going to blow up. And once people realise that actually you don't need a huge amount of broadband, if I cover my mouth up, you won't see any discrepancy out the synchronization. Hang on, there we go. Look at that. Rock's eye. Let's look at the world through Rock's eye. Let's go back. This is creeping me out, let alone you. So I'm super excited because for me, this is affirmation that cloud, this thing that we've been laughed at, is coming together. It's going to be amazing. So that was GeForce Now. So many games. There is another thing which they've not mentioned here. I don't think they've mentioned it here. I'm just going to quickly whip through. No, they haven't. They have been touting in other places a big update to DLSS. Look at this, King Cowboy. And says, I played xCloud for 5 hours straight last Saturday. I played it. Great. Yeah, mate. You know what? You know how it is. It doesn't matter whether it's PlayStation Cloud or Xbox Cloud or GeForce Now or Boosteroid or Blacknut or Utomic or Luna. There's always some big gob, some big streamer that goes, crap, rubbish, huh? They're like the MAGA brigade of gaming. Here we are, the Democrats, the freedom fighters for the future of cloud, struggling against these MAGA types. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Hey! So, stuff 'em, I say, mate, because we share this, and you and I, and so many of our friends in the audience today. We've been doing cloud for what now? 3 plus years. And personally, and I know it's to a degree the same for most people, playing it across all services, I have never had an issue. I'm getting more issues today with my camera than I ever get with cloud. It's got that beat. This is that like news beat, news break, news thing, isn't it? Right. Anyway, I was going to take us over to Cloud Dose. Oh yeah, that was the thing. DLSS. It's been updated to something 0.5. And they've introduced an uprated ray tracing component which gives even more realistic, reflections and stuff. And it's being used in a number of games, including the new Cyberpunk 2077. You've got to bear in mind, and William SPG has said this before, These games are now being made to be unplayable on our hardware, right? And the only way you can play them is to use DLSS, which basically, if you want to play at 4K, it pumps it out at 1440 and then uses clever interpolation of pixels to make it look like it's still 4K. You see? So if you choose 1440, it's probably going to make it 1080p or worse, but then it uses some clever magic to make it look like it's 1440. It's very, very clever, incredibly clever. And I was going to show you something, guys. To do with this. Oh yeah, here it is. Yes, I found this earlier when I was kicking about the world. Half-Life 2, there is a dedicated group of modders. I think there's 4 groups of modders who are working on a remake of, or a remaster, a remix as it says here, of Half-Life 2, one of the best games in the world ever, using RTX, DLSS and DLSS in America, all that stuff. Look at this. So they've got some, so on the left is all the original graphics, and on the right is the uprated. Look. Like they did with Portal, but not many people could see it. Look at this. On the left and on the right. Look at that. They've been working on this apparently for a little while. My guess is, this is an official NVIDIA blog post. My guess is, like Portal RTX, once this is completed, because these guys are not looking to make money from this. This is a labour of love. Look. My guess is that NVIDIA will probably pop it up on GeForce Now for free, if you're a member. I cannot wait. I genuinely cannot wait. I love this game. I still even dip into it from time to time these days. I guess, they don't show what the humans look like, because that often lets these games down, doesn't it? Because you're kind of getting to a point now where you're used to seeing full motion capture and all the skin textures and everything. And of course they didn't used to do that in those days. They used to just create their little 3D models of humans. But I am so looking forward to this. DLSS off. This is it. DLSS 3.5. I'm not going to go through this in detail, guys, because there's so much to cover. So much to cover. How are you doing, Neil? Good to see you, my friend. How's the hollybobs, as they call them? I hope you're having a great time. So anyway, I found that and I thought you'd be interested in that because nobody else is mentioning it. I'm certainly interested. And I am bouncing around all over the place, so let me try and ring me in a bit. Rein me in. So on Cloud Dosage, my favourite source for all cloud gaming news, they don't sponsor me. That's how I feel. They had a few bits and pieces. Obviously, they've covered the GeForce Now blog post. I'm really looking forward later to getting that GeForce Now Xbox update. But some other good news, Luna, Amazon Luna, is now, not only are they super excited because they're getting their Game Pass stuff as well, but they now have an app for LG TVs as well as Samsungs and Android devices. So if you have an LG TV that is newer than, I think, 2022, you can install that. And don't forget, with Luna, it's not just a case of whether or not you have an Amazon Prime subscription. Amazon Luna subscription. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you also get a half a dozen games a month that you can play anyway. So you could just install it on your telly and play those games, and they can be quite good games as well. I'm not going to knock it. So that's good. Interesting. It's an interesting little thing, Luna, isn't it? Just when you think they're dead in the water, they kind of bounce back. It's odd. Age of Empires, that's come to GeForce Now, I believe. Oh yeah, the Crew Motorfest, which is a new Ubisoft update. They're giving 5 hours free to play the game. 5 hours of a free trial. I guess you have to go via Ubisoft Connect. Launches next month. The free trial will run from the game's launch date, September 14th, and will end on September 17th. So 3-4 days, and you can play the 5 hours within that period. So if the Crew is your thing, I know some people love it, some people don't like it. That's got to be good news, isn't it? PC Game Pass, we've already covered. Microsoft is selling its cloud streaming rights to Ubisoft. Yeah. It's a really weird deal because Ubisoft have paid for the privilege to be the gatekeeper, and then they act as the agent to all those other services. And yet Microsoft still retain the rights to do the same thing, and they're also kind of saying that they reserve the right to make somebody else the same deal. I guess they've dotted the I's, crossed the T's. If it gets it over the line, what the heck? Utomic unveils 5 new games. GFN Steam update, 9 new games opt-in. That was from the previous week. Samsung Freestyle brings cloud gaming. That's I think that's it's a PEDA review. I'm actually quite interested in this. This is a cloud streaming projector. I'm just going to zip in on this and show you very quickly. You can see the thing down there, look, shining its little white light up onto the wall. There's nothing to match the home experience of a decent projector. The problem is most of them, unless you really pay the bucks, are only 1080p, which, to be fair, when all DVDs, most stuff that you watch is only 1080 anyway. I don't even bother. I've got 4K on my TV. I've got a 4K TV, and I've got Sky. I've got an upgrade to Sky, my cable setup, which allows me to watch 4K, but I don't bother because sat 10 feet from the screen, you just don't notice the difference. And the reason that I don't bother is because they don't provide subtitles for their 4K films, only for their 1080p. And I love subtitles, not because I'm mutton Jeff, as they say in London, deaf, just because with subtitles on, I get much more of the story, the intricacies, the nuances of the narrative. So that's why I don't do it. Anyway, PEDA's done a decent little article here, and it's something that I've put on my Christmas list. Let's put it that way. Quite fancy one of those. Right, we're not going to do any more of that stuff. I want to do a couple of things before we head over to the wheel. First up, it's our free games. Ryan's dad is partially deaf. He's partially mutton, mate. That's what they would say in London. He's a bit mutton, your old man, isn't he? Bit mutton, mate. Bit mutton Jeff. I don't know who Mutton Jeff was, by the way. I'm assuming he was a famous butcher. Mutton. Because mutton's a kind of old morally sheep, isn't it? Cave Story. Look at this. So this is the free game on Epic, which does look pretty darn good, I have to say. Next week is Cave Story, not out this week. We'll have a quick look at that, because that's got Rockmouth all excited. So this one is next week, and it's a little retro thing. Look, it really is kind of retro, that one, isn't it? It's like a pucker, old school kind of Sega looking thing. Actually, I bet that's quite fun. I bet that's actually quite fun. That's next week. This week's game, though, is a game called Homeworld Deserts of Karak. Ow! Which is an RTS game, which, if you've been playing Baldur's Brass, then kind of getting used to all that thing. It actually looks really good. I've claimed it. I'm actually quite keen. The only thing is, it's not, from what I can see, or at least currently, on GeForce Now, sadly. But these screens look good. I'm really up for playing this. Yeah, you got fire, it's your go, and then you take him out, and then it's his go, and he has a crack at you and stuff. Very good. Anyway, claim it. Come on, Rokk. Do the thing that you do every week. Claim the game. Place the order. I agree. Don't tick the box. I don't want to get mail from them. And that's it. That's good. So the developers of Homeworld Deserts have now got a couple of dollars, bless them. And I've added a new game to my library. So that's super exciting. Yeah, well, mutton is meat, isn't it? It's gnarly old sheep. So lamb is kind of young sheep, and mutton is like the poor old thing at the end of its days. But it was cheaper. It was a cheap form of food. One more thing I want to show you guys. I'm just having a quick look. There is some Verge stuff, like Amazon apparently is bringing AI to its Thursday night football if you have an American Amazon Prime account, which you can read at your leisure. That should be fun. Lots of other... I do love The Verge. Lots of stuff on here, which we're not going to look at because we don't have the time. But there was one thing that I want to show you. I have not seen this shown anywhere else. I'm not saying it's an exclusive, but it's flipping unbelievable. Are you ready? Are you sat comfortably? Then I'm going to introduce you with this particularly appropriate sound going on. I am going to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Opus AI. Opus AI is what it says. Type and play. So you're now familiar with generative AI. Yeah. So, you go to ChatGPT, you go to Midjourney, you type kangaroo on an iceberg skiing, and then it draws the picture. It goes to its library of millions of images and it finds anything it can find and it knits it together and gives you an image. Imagine if you could do that, but making a game. That's what this is. Early access. I was blown away when I saw this. So it's actually a really nice website as well. Gamers, artists and musicians. Stop it. Where's the pink one? Storytellers and performers. So watch the demo. So watch this. I don't know if I can zoom in anymore. No. So on the left-hand side, let me describe what's going on. The left-hand side, this person is typing. They've just typed, "The hills roll down in stepping motion covered with greenery." And then on the right-hand side, it's instantly created. Clusters of trees, surrounded areas with the rest of the cover by fresh fallen, and it's changed it to snow. Leaves of decaying fall, and it's changed back to fall. So the individual is typing how they want this to look, and then the engine is creating it on the fly. Now, obviously, that's great. It's a 3D image, but it goes beyond that because you can then create characters. You can define rules for the characters. You can define actions and events that you want the characters to do. So, imagine in a Baldur's Gate scenario, you'd create your characters, and then you'd say, if the character goes to this table, it triggers a trap, and this happens, and this builds it all for you from your descriptions. There's different tiers of costs from what I can see, the top one being hyper expensive, but they then give you, at that point, they give you loads of assets, for example. It's ridiculous. Now, I don't know how good this is because I'm not paying the money to find out. And I think it's just kind of either just coming from or going into kind of fundraising and stuff. So we don't know how real this is. But I promise you this much. I've actually seen some articles from people that have tried it out. So I do believe it exists. This is where things are going. It's absolutely where it's going to go. Because as long as you can come up with a half-decent description, in your prompt, the intelligence of the engine should be able to take and interpret what you're saying. Now, you might have to play around with it for a bit, and that's fair enough. You may have to do that. But you're going to end up with, imagine, it's going to take a while. Anything's going to take a while, but you're not coding it yourself. So you'll be able to literally create simple to complicated games just by typing these prompts, which is what this individual is doing here. The sidewalks are littered with small drainage holes, and he's going back as she or he is typing. They're thinking, oh, and they're going back to a previous prompt, and they're changing it because they've suddenly thought what they want to do differently. You know, they might may have said put some street lights in, and then they might have further on said, oh, it's night time, and then the street lights need to be on, so they've gone back to the prompt where they've mentioned the street lights and they've turned them on. That kind of stuff. Very, very clever. Let me close that down. So go to gamers, because I think this is the section where it talks most about it. No, don't do that. Yep. They're doing a lot. I don't know what this is actually. This is something completely different, isn't it? They're looking for investors and stuff. So, you know, it's early days is what I'm saying. But they're looking to, by the look of things, they're looking to roll the technology out for all sorts of stuff. But there was the gaming one that excited me. And I'm sure it's, you know, it's if you want to have a little play, it's Opus, O-P-U-S .ai, opus.ai. Cheers, Adam. Take care, my friend. Yeah, that's the one that excited me anyway. I'm trying to remember. They got pricing here somewhere. It's almost like I'm looking at a slightly different token sale. Great website, I have to say. Opus AI's official currency for every day. Oh, crikey. Wow, it's even got its own currency. Gamers, technical creators, advertisers and brands. Technical creators, was that where I went? Oh, this could be it. No. I don't know. Anyway, go and have a little look. Have a little play yourselves, guys. See what you think. I was excited to show you this, but I'm not getting to the pages that I got to. Reminds me very much of the tech that Stadia showed back in the day as well. Create your story. Scroll and drag. Here you go, look. So here's somebody putting their prompts in on the left, and then they've got access to these assets on the right. So that's really cool. So in other words, you could create your own assets, your own characters and so on, and put them into the world that you create by using prompts. And I think it uses Unreal Engine as well, by the way. Script writers, hey, that'd be cool. So we have producers, script writers, on average, on a little bit of scripts written within the United States, make it a production. So fiction writers, fan fiction writers, there's a load of stuff they're covering. The website really needs a good looking at how it works. Story, NLP trained neuro-linguistic programming, I think that means, trained to extract features from any literary style, and then it converts it to video. Computational production, everything from scenes, assets, characters, dialogue and visual effects. Lighting, camera control, terrain, trees, houses, buildings, roads, characters, animations. It's where it's going. I mean, literally within 10 years, I'm going to be pragmatic, but probably 5 years, you're going to be able to do this kind of stuff. Really amazing. Just one final thing on that, if I can just find this to show you. So, yeah, here it is. I'm going to just drag these onto the screen, makes it easier. So I was playing with AI myself to see what I could do. I'm going to show you this. So I'm just going to dump this on the screen, a little picture of me looking very miserable. I took that image, which hasn't got a lot of information. If you look around the picture, it's got like a couple of leaves and a bit of, right? From that, within about 20 minutes, using artificial intelligence, I was able to create this. Boom. I mean, it looks real. It looks really real. But all that's original in there is kind of the top half of my shoulder and my head. There you go, you see? Everything else has been recreated by the artificial intelligence. It's even sharpened my face up a little bit. And this is the thing, if you want to create photography for an advert or anything really, just a background for your green screen, you can knock this kind of stuff up in no time now. And it just does all the thinking for you. It's blurred the background, it's put the window where the light is. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right, I think that we've covered most of the ground I wanted to cover. There was one other thing, which was the PlayStation Portal. It was disappointing. I think they're probably going to cover it tonight. Disappointing in the sense that I was really hoping that the PlayStation Portal, or the Q, as it was called until recently, was going to be a kind of cloud gaming platform. And it now turns out that for 200 quid, basically it's just another screen for your PlayStation. If you don't have... what the heck is that? That's not the thing, is it? That's an alternative, sorry. Yeah. Go away. Yeah, so it's essentially just going to be a literal portal, another screen to go and sit in your bedroom and play on the PlayStation downstairs for 200 quid. For 200 quid, no disrespect, for 200 quid, you could buy a decent Chromebook. And I'm fairly certain it runs the PlayStation Remote app on my Chromebook. That's what I would recommend. Slap a controller on it and just do the thing on there. That was disappointing. I'm quite disappointed with that. There you go. It's what it is. It's what it is. Wii U. Yeah, it's just odd, mate, isn't it? Righty-ho. Let's get back and out. Oh, there was one other little bit of my good friends at Shadow PC. They have now brought the browser app, made it available to everybody that has a Shadow account. So it was early access, and now it's available to everybody, I believe. I actually used it. It was really good. Very impressive. Yeah, Neil, I just feel I'm disappointed. That's all I can say. Dorrigan did a really good video on it as well. He felt the same way. Just disappointing, quite honestly. Here we go. No Bluetooth. This is our good friend Tom Warren. No Bluetooth. So you've got to buy a PlayStation Link for headsets and stuff. No local play, not even media playback. No PS5 cloud streaming. And it's about the same battery life as a DualSense. I bet it's less. It just feels like, I don't know, it's so niche. It looks lovely. If you were a real PlayStation fan, you probably would just want to get one. But it's not like you can take it in the car, preload some games or stream games from your machine or anything. But you can do that, I think, with a Chromebook. I can't remember now whether you can do that with PlayStation Remote. Ray uses it a lot. Oh well, robot get punched by cat, the classic. What? Oh, I see. It's them little emojis. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how many of you have entered the thing today. No, I'm going to stop. I may just do the giveaway for members permanently. Because there's nobody bothers with it anymore. There's only 4 of you that have actually entered it. And you're all members, so you're in it anyway. I spent an hour and a half this morning with a very lovely young lady from YouTube. I'm not allowed to tell you why, NDAs and all that stuff, but it was exciting. It was really good fun as well. So I'm on their kind of creator program where if they're looking to roll out new features for creators and stuff, then they wheel in me and say, what do I think? And it's cool because I've actually seen some of the stuff over the last few months that I've seen early access actually make it into YouTube Studio and what have you. So I love doing all that. I'm waiting at the moment to see if I'm going to be in a similar program for the GeForce Now developers. Stop making my background sharp. I'm actually stalling for time because I've got to get the wheel up. Right, here we are. Interact. Pop the today's folk in and give it a shuffle. Awesome. That's that one ready to go. And then the games. Let's see now. Open Sesame. Daily games. That's the one. Give it a shuff. And right, good. Let's get away from this science fiction-like music and take ourselves over to the Wheel of Fortune. Here we are. Music changes. Happy me. Right. We'll do this very quickly because I'm very cognizant that I've used a lot of time. So much to talk about, guys. What can I say? So much to talk about. We could go walkabout, but instead we decided to do talk about. Starting with, as always, the entrant. We shall see who's going to get a game prize today. Only a little OG drink. I don't have anything in it though. It's about show size as well, you know. We do have a players tonight, Neil. It's going to be awesome. They're going to go over a lot of what I've said, but in vastly more detail. I don't know who's on it though. I don't know who the players are today. I'm hoping my very good friend Sam, Miss Phoenix. Hang on, what's going on? It's only Adam Rouster. It seemed to hang there forever, didn't it? Rouster is today's recipient. Well done, my friend. Well done. Let's see what you are reciprocating. Let's give it a spin. What's he gonna win? What's he gonna win? Yay! Conan Chop Chop. Goblin Defenders. It's good to defend your goblins. He's got Conan Chop Chop. I've no idea. But it sounds fun. Well done, Conan Chop Chop. That's the game. I'll give that one to you in a second, my friend. Woohoo! You did, brother. You got Conan Chop Chop. I've no idea what it is, but it sounds fun. I'll get that out to you before I leave the studio. Right, I'm going to let you all go because you deserve to be released from the prison that is Rock Around the Clock on a Thursday. We covered some ground today, guys. I'm not even going to recap it. It's too much. Too much. I'm back tomorrow. Listen, Team Rock Friday tomorrow. But it's going to be slightly different, and I'm interested in your thoughts. Members, I'm really interested in your thoughts on this. I'm thinking about, for tomorrow, we'll see how it goes, right? I'm thinking about making it a public show, but only members can chat and win the prize. What do you think? See, the reason behind the reasoning is that you can't only listen to the audio if it's a members only. And by the way, I complained to YouTube about this earlier. If you schedule a members only show, it doesn't show up in your upcoming streams on your homepage, on your YouTube homepage. When it's been, it shows up, but before you don't see it. So let me know. You don't have to say anything here, but if you strongly disagree, then I will rethink. But I'm just kind of thinking, It means that we don't lock anybody out, because we only you and I know we only really talk about it's kind of non-specific chit chat, isn't it? But if you want it to remain private, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. But I'm just thinking it would be good, because then people like Dorrigan, they like to listen while they're working and stuff, and they don't necessarily. I'm just going to try something here. I think I've locked it so it doesn't go out of focus. Let's just close that down. We'll have to see if this works. Yep, Neil's happy for it to be open to all. I just thought it'd be quite nice, and then everybody gets to see that there is a members-only show, which at the moment they don't, because YouTube doesn't show it. So I have to make it public. But I've locked the chat, so only anybody can watch, but only members can talk to each other and to me. And of course, you guys get to win the amazing prize, which could be Bramble, the Mountain King. There's a ton of really decent games, aren't there? I forget what they are now. Anyway, let me let you go, you wonderful folk. I will see you tomorrow, come hell and high water. Go and enjoy your games, whatever they are. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Thursday. Spare a little thought for Donald, who's having his photo taken today, bless him. You know what I'm talking about. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Rock out.